Hey guys, the spring season is fast approaching and that means that we have to get ready with our fragrances. And in today's video I'm going to help you with that. Today I'm going to show you 11 affordable fragrances that work great in the season of spring. But before I do, you know that I'm George, the nice medic gentleman, and it's time for your daily dose of some fragrance content. Now, the season of spring is a very interesting one. Some days you may run into a very warm weather and you can wear something fresh, something citrusy. Other days the weather can be quite cold, and in those days you can wear something a little bit sweeter, a little bit darker. And the first two fragrances that I've included in today's video reflect those type of weathers that you can run into during the spring season. Both of them come from the same brand that's called Hadlash, and the first one is called Shiaka or Shiaka for Men. And this one is a clone of Amouage Reflection Man, and it's one of those fresh, aromatic, slightly green type of scents that work great in slightly warmer weather. It's one of those very old school feeling scents. It has a bit of spiciness, it has a bit of powderness as well, some sweetness, some woodiness. It's an interesting scent that's a little bit more on the mature side, definitely feels very aromatic, and definitely is very well suited for nice dressed up gentlemen, and also it's nice for the slightly warmer days in spring. Quality is good, performance is good, and all that for an affordable price. The other one from Hadlash that I've included in today's video is called Guide, and this one smells a lot like Dior Sauvage Elixir but with a heavy vanillic twist, and that's one of those scents that are actually work a little bit better during the slightly colder days in the springtime, or you can think of this one as a more of an evening wear. This carries a lot of the same scent as Dior Sauvage Elixir, but it lacks a bit of the spiciness, it lacks the strength of the licorice note, and this has a lot more vanillic sweetness on the dry down compared to the original scent. Another one of those very inexpensive scents from the brand of Hadlash that offer really nice quality and a very good performance, and again all that for a very affordable price. The next two that I've included in today's video again are more suited towards the slightly colder days in the springtime, or you can think of them as more of an evening type of wear. The first one comes from the brand of Maison Alhambra and it's called Victorioso Victory. Nowadays I think this is called Victorioso Nero, but it's the same fragrance in a slightly different named bottle. Other than that, the bottle also looks exactly the same apart from the name of the fragrance. Now this is a clone of Paco Rabanne's Invictus Victory, and it's a very good clone of Invictus Victory, scent wise smelling very similar to the original one, having almost the same performance as the original one, and to this day this remains a very affordable scent from the brand of Maison Alhambra, and it's one of their best clones in my opinion from what I've tried. And by best I mean one of those scents that get really close to the original one that they have been inspired by. It's a very aromatic, slightly spicy, slightly fresh and sweet fragrance that is a mass pleasing type of scent that's very versatile, can be worn throughout the year, maybe apart from the hottest day of the summer, hottest days of the summer. But I've really always thought of this one as being best suited for spring or early fall in my opinion, and it's a great fragrance, great release from the brand of Maison Alhambra, and to this day I think it's worth checking out. Great quality, especially considering how cheap of a fragrance this one is. The next one comes from the brand of Latafa and it's called Al Nashama, and this is a clone of Initio's Paragon, and it's a great clone of a Paragon. It's another one of those slightly sweeter scents that probably will work a little bit better in the colder days of spring, and also maybe as a sort of an evening or a night time of type of fragrance. This one feeling perfectly unisex in my opinion. It has a very juicy plum note, you'll get some spiciness, you'll get a lot of woodiness. Very easy to wear fragrance that I personally enjoy a lot, especially the opening is really nice. Enough sweetness in here to be worn by both girls and boys without any problem. Another one of those fragrances that will get you smelling very similar to the original scent that they have been inspired by, while at the same time offering good performance, good quality and low price. Latafa Al Nashama. The next few fragrances that I've included in today's video again carry a bit of a mature vibe. They feel a little bit more gentlemanly, slightly dressed up, but I think the best time to wear all three that I'm going to show you is the the season of spring. The first one comes from the brand of Armaf. It's called Legacy, and I really like to feature this fragrance from time to time because I really love the scent of this one. This is also carrying a bit of an old school vibe, just like Chiaca for Men. This smells very similar to Chanel's Platinum Egoist, while at the same time costing a fraction of the price. So it's yet another one of those woody, aromatic, slightly spicy, slightly green feeling fragrances that bring sort of an old school barbershopy vibe to them. Really feels gentlemanly, and the quality here is surprisingly good. You know, the first time I tried this one, I was immediately sort of taken away by the fact of how good this actually smells. Now, it's not a one-to-one clone. Of course, it lacks the quality of the Chanel, but again, it costs a fraction of the price, and the quality of Legacy shouldn't be underestimated, because I really do think this is one of the better fragrances from the brand of Armaf that you can currently get. Good performance and also very low price. The next one comes from the brand of French Avenue, and it's probably, in fact, the next two come from the brand of French Avenue, but the next one is probably the one that's most expensive, the most expensive fragrance featured in today's video. It's called Igua, and this one smells a lot like, or you can think of this one as being a clone of YSL Tuxedo. Now, this is widely regarded as probably the best Middle Eastern clone of Tuxedo. So again, this feels very gentlemanly, feels a little bit old school, feels a little bit barbershoppy. You'll get quite a lot of spiciness with this one. You'll get a bit of rose, you'll get some sweetness, vanillic sweetness. There's a bit of patchouli going on the dry down, feels a little bit earthy. Again, one of those old school feeling gentlemanly scents that I really do think work the best in either spring or fall time, especially sort of like as an evening wear. A little bit dressed up as a scent, the quality is superb. The performance, especially after some maceration, actually became quite good. Initially wasn't the best, but after a few months this actually has turned out to be a good performer. And again, very nice quality. The only problem with this one is that it's a little bit more expensive. Probably, as I said, the most expensive one included in today's video usually goes for somewhere between 50 to 60 euros, so 60 to 70 dollars, but you get great quality in return, in my opinion. The next one that I've included in today's video, again from the brand of French Avenue, is called Essence de Blanc, and this one smells a lot like Louis Vuitton's Imagination, while at the same time doing a little bit of its own thing. And when I first tried this one, I wasn't the biggest fan, but it's grown more and more over time with me, and right now I really do actually think of very highly of this fragrance. It's again feels a little bit green, feels very aromatic. There's a bit of freshness going on with this one. There's a tea note in here that feels very interesting. There's some minty freshness. There's quite a bit of muskiness, a bit of sweetness on the dry down. Again, smelling very, very dressed up, smelling very sophisticated in my opinion. But this is one of those fragrances that needs a bit of time, a bit of maceration before it actually reaches its full potential. Quality is really nice, the performance is good after some maceration, especially considering that this is more of a fresh scent, and all around all this is for an affordable price. Now, this is one of the cheaper fragrance French Avenue scents that you can get, and I really do like a lot Essence de Blanc. The next one that I've included in today's video comes from Fragrance World, but it's sold under Fragrance World, unlike the other two that are from French Avenue. This one is called Jack of Clubs, and this is probably my most favorite clone of YSL La Nuit de L'Homme Blue Electric. This can also serve as an alternative to the OG La Nuit de L'Homme. I really like this one. It's feels kind of fresh, it feels powdery, it feels woody, feels a little bit spicy. There's some sweetness in here. Another one of those very gentlemanly scents that really smells sophisticated, smells very, very sexy. Now, it's not an exact clone compared to you know, to Blue Electric. This feels a little bit different in the opening, but on the dry down gets closer actually. Offers really nice quality in my opinion, comes uniquely packaged, it's affordably priced, and also has a pretty good performance. Performance-wise, this is pretty much on par with the original scent, maybe having even a little bit of better projection than the original. I really like a Jack of Clubs. The rest of the fragrances that I've included in today's video are super versatile, and theoretically you can wear them throughout the year without any problem. But again, in my opinion, the best time to wear all three left that I'm showing you in today's video is in the slightly warmer days of the springtime or early fall. The first one comes from the brand of Arabiat Prestige. It's called Aris, and this one smells a lot like Bulgarian Tiger and Vibrato from Suspiro. I've said this many times, but that original DNA is probably one of my most favorite sort of fresh blue scents, and Iris offers absolutely fantastic quality. Maybe feels a little bit closer to vibrato, but definitely can serve as an alternative to something like Tiger as well. Fantastic quality, citrusy opening with a bit of the fruity sweetness, musky, woody, spicy dry down. Just a fantastic all year round fragrance that offers fantastic quality, pressurized sprayer, and superb performance as well. The next one that I've included in today's video comes from the brand of Afnan, and it's called Supremacy Not Only Intense. And this one smells a little bit like Creed Aventus. It smells a little bit like Nishane Hashivat, while at the same time doing a bit of its own thing as well. This is sweeter than both Nishane Hashivat and Creed Aventus, and this is one of those versatile kinks. This can be worn pretty much all year round without any problem, but again, I think the best time to wear this one is either late spring or early fall. Fantastic quality, as you would expect from the brand of Afnan. Fantastic performance, pretty much a beastly performing scent, and it's also a beast when it comes to getting compliments, because people just like the way that Afnan Supremacy Not Only Intense smells. And the last fragrance that I've included in today's video smells in a way similar to Supremacy Not Only Intense from Afnan, but it's also doing a bit of its own thing. Now I'll show you actually two options here. The first one will be the one that actually I acquired just recently. It comes from the brand of Armaf, and it's called Club de Nuit Precious, and this one is sort of a clone of Creed Aventus Absolu, although it's not an exact clone, but definitely smells similar to Aventus Absolu, while at the same time also smelling a lot like the OG Creed Aventus, although this is a little bit sweeter than the Creed Aventus, the OG Creed Aventus. And I do believe that this is the highest quality member of the Club de Nuit line from Armaf. It's a little bit more expensive. It only comes in a 55 milliliter bottle size, although nowadays it seems that the prices have slightly settled down a little bit, but still this is a little bit more expensive. The quality is superb though, and the performance is great. But if this one is a little bit too pricey for your taste, you can go with one of the original members of the Club de Nuit line, like Club de Nuit EDT, the EDP, or the limited edition Parfum. Now, in my personal opinion, the best sort of a combination of quality, performance, while at the same time being affordable out of all other members of the Club de Nuit line, for me has always been the EDP version, Club de Nuit Intense Man EDP. I think this offers the best bang for your buck, especially if you go for a slightly bigger bottle like a 150 or 200 milliliter bottle like I have in here. If Precious is a little bit too expensive for your taste, you can also go with Club de Nuit Intense Man EDP, and you will never be wrong with that one. Again, absolutely versatile fragrance, can be worn all year round, superb when it comes to performance, good quality, and also a compliment beast. So guys, in today's video I showed you 11 affordable fragrances that work great in the spring season. I hope that you found this video interesting to watch. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that you're going to join me tomorrow for your daily dose of some fragrance content. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.